Hey everyone, it's Tara. Welcome back to my channel and to another weekly reading vlog. Today is Saturday, May 9th, I think. I don't know. I should have started this yesterday, but yesterday I didn't really do a ton of reading and didn't really have much to chat about, so I'm starting it today. Yesterday I did finish Beach Read. Loved this book so much, like way more than I thought I was going to. I really loved January in particular. Like, I feel like we just had very similar senses of humor, and I found myself laughing out loud like more at this book than I have in like a really long time. So loved that. And I loved the banter and sarcasm between Gus and January. I loved it. I have like no complaints about this book. Really good. The other like reading plans I have for this week, I'm hoping that I can finish Vanity Fair this week. Rainy and I only have about like 150 pages left, so I'm gonna try and like listen to this while I do like some crocheting and or coloring and, you know, folding laundry, doing stuff around the house. So hopefully I can finish that in the next few days. And then I just want to continue making progress in Wrath, because I'm really enjoying being back in this world with these characters, and I want to like progress in this. I'm on page 168 right now. So if I can dedicate most of my reading like this weekend to Wrath, then that would be awesome. I will be reading another book along with Wrath and Vanity Fair. I just don't know yet what it's going to be. So that's really all I've got going on as far as reading goes. Like, I don't have a lot of like ambitious reading goals. Just trying to read more and watch less episodes of Survivor. Hey everyone, it's like 10:30. I am past the 200 page mark in Wrath. Really enjoying it, but I think something bad might be starting to happen or about to happen, and I can't read that right now. So I'm putting this down for the night, and I think I'm gonna start You Are Not Alone by Greer Hendricks and Sarah Pekkanen. I think I'm in the mood for a thriller. So I'm going to read this until John is ready for bed, or I fall asleep on the couch. Whichever comes first. Good morning, everyone. Happy Sunday and happy Mother's Day for all you moms out there, especially my mom, who I know watches these. I love you. So this morning, John made me breakfast, and we kind of have just been lazy. I have been reading You Are Not Alone this morning. I read about 50 pages this morning. I don't know how I feel about it. The characters are all like really flawed, in my opinion. Like, I don't really like any of them. Yeah, but with all that being said, I'm really intrigued to see like what the story is and what's going to happen. Even though I really don't like any of the characters, I'm definitely intrigued by the story. So I'm just going to do some reading today. I do need to run to the grocery store at some point, but I'm just going to read for a little bit more. Hey everyone, it is Monday morning, just before 10 o'clock. I have been horrible about updating you guys this vlog. I haven't really had a lot of updates because I've been kind of slacking in my reading, but I've made some progress the past, like last night and today. So I listened to a few chapters of Vanity Fair last night. Now I think I only have like 7 chapters left. I'm going to try and listen to a decent chunk today, see how far I get. I know Rainy finished, I'm pretty sure. So she's just waiting for me to finish as well. Then this morning I finished You Are Not Alone. For a book in which I didn't like any of the characters, like I didn't like Shay, I didn't like Cassandra and Jane, and those are like the main characters, I really enjoyed the book. I don't think I've ever had that happen before where like I didn't like any of the main characters but loved the story and like had to sit and finish it this morning. I just read like over 100 pages this morning. But I guess it just shows how like good Greer Hendricks and Sarah Pekkanen are at writing a compelling story. Like, I'm so intrigued. I was thinking about it like when I wasn't reading it and stuff. So good job to them, because I really didn't like any of the main characters. There was like an interesting twist like towards the end that I really liked. I mean, it was very compelling. I just didn't like the characters at all. So I'm still like reading, plugging along in Wrath. I took a break from it to focus on You Are Not Alone because I feel like something really bad's about to happen in Wrath. And like Wrath, like that the Faithful and the Fallen series is really similar to Game of Thrones, and like no one's safe. Like Jon Gwyn will kill off anyone, and I have a feeling that like somebody I really like is about ready to die. And so I didn't want to read it yesterday. But I will catch up in my reading of that as well. And then I don't know what I'm going to read next. Maybe Crooked Kingdom, maybe The Silent Patient, maybe one of my library books. I don't know. But right now I have a little bit I need to do on my computer before I log into work. So I'm going to do that, and I will update you guys later. Hey everyone, guess what? I finished Vanity Fair. I'm really glad that this is checked off of my list. Overall, I really enjoyed it. However, I feel like the book could have been half as long and just as good. Like there was so much, in my opinion, unnecessary stuff that didn't like add to the overall plot that much. That could have just not been in there. Like, this book could have been 400 pages, not 800 pages, in my opinion. However, I found the characters either really enjoyable or it was really fun to not like them. Like, Becky Sharp is not a good person. Like, she lies, she's a horrible mom, like, she manipulates, like, she's just not a good person. But she's fun to not like. Same thing with George Osborne. He was a dirtbag, like, but it was fun to not like him. And I enjoyed talking to Rainey about how much we didn't like them. But there was also some really great characters, like Amelia and Dobbin are like really sweet, good characters that you root for. So I feel like the balance of like the good and the bad characters was really well done. The overall story, like I enjoyed following all of the characters, whether I liked the characters or I didn't. I just felt like the book didn't need to be 800 pages long. So I'm glad that this is checked off of my list and that I can mark it as read. Good morning, everyone. It is Tuesday, May 12th. I've been horrible about updating lately. Last night, I didn't really do a lot of reading. I had a Zoom call with some of my friends, and then I ended up talking to one of my sisters and one of my brothers last night as well. So I basically didn't read at all last night until like midnight. I did move on to The Silent Patient, which, I mean, I only got, I don't know, 20 or 30 pages in. Not even. I got 12 pages in. So I don't have a lot of thoughts on this yet because I'm only a couple chapters in, but I'm sure it will be good. It gets a lot of love here on BookTube. So we'll see. I also am trying to decide on an audiobook to listen to now that I'm done with the Vanity Fair. There's a couple that I'm torn between. One of them is a John Grisham book that comes highly recommended from my father-in-law. He actually borrowed it without asking from me like a couple years ago and then brought it back and was like, you should read this, Tara. So I'm like, yeah, thanks. That's why I own it. So there's that one, but it's a true crime novel. It's The Innocent Man. But I have a thriller going right now, so I don't know if I want to read that yet or listen to that yet. So the other book I'm thinking about is The Friday Night Knitting Club, which I have read before, like 8 years ago, I think, because if I'm remembering correctly. But it's on my in my pretend stack of books that if I don't read or listen to, I will unhaul. And I own the second one, but I need to read the first one before I read the second one. And both of those are in that stack. So I'm leaning towards The Friday Night Knitting Club because I know that I like it, and it's kind of a different genre. Not kind of, it is a different genre than thriller. Right now, I have about an hour before I need to log into work. I'm going to read some of Wrath and go from there. So I will check in with you guys later. All right, so I have about 20 minutes before I have to log in for work. And I just sat and read another set of 4 chapters in Wrath. I had put it off because I thought that something bad was going to happen and that a character that I liked a lot was going to die. And we're safe. No one died in this section that I wanted to live. We still have a whole lot of book to go, though, so I'm sure at some point some character that I love is going to die in this book because that's just what this book does. But so far, so good. We'll see if that continues. I have no faith that the characters that I want to survive are going to survive, though. At least one of them is going to die. It just is a matter of which one. John, want to give me any hints here? Who dies? Hey everyone, so it is 9:45 on Tuesday night. John and I are getting ready to go lay down for bed, so I wanted to hop on and say goodnight. I did start the audiobook for the Friday Night Knitting Club. I only got a couple of chapters in, but it's almost, I'm at page 44, so the chapters are long, and I didn't remember that from the last time I read it, but it's been easily 8 years since I read this. Enjoying it so far. I know I enjoyed it the first time I read it physically, so I imagine this is going to probably be between a 3 and a 4-star read, just because I have read it before. I just finished my chapters in Wrath. Yeah, that's going well. I contemplated reading a little bit ahead, but I also wanted to try and dive a little bit deeper into The Silent Patient, so I decided to set Wrath down for the night so that I could focus on this more. So I'm going to read this in bed, and yeah, that's that. Hello, everyone. It is Wednesday, May 13th. I know today's date because today is the season finale of Survivor. So that's exciting. I don't know if I'm going to find out today, but my sister also finds out the gender of her baby today. So last night I did not get much further in The Silent Patient. I only got to page 45. I don't know why I'm not super captivated at the moment. It's not that I'm not enjoying it. It's just taking me a little bit to get into it. So I'm not reading it super fast. So hopefully I can dive into it tonight because I want to read my chapters of Wrath this morning before I log in for work. It's interesting. I've never read a book told from this particular perspective before, the perspective of a therapist. But then again, the woman who committed this murder is not talking, so it's really hard to have a book told from her perspective when she is not speaking at all. So I'm very intrigued by that like angle of telling a story. So I'm sure I will like dive into it and like really get immersed in the story. I just haven't yet, but I'm not giving up on it just yet. Good morning, everyone. So it is Thursday morning. I basically did no reading yesterday. I think I read maybe 5 pages in The Silent Patient, like 1 chapter. But I kind of knew that that's how Wednesday was going to go because I watched BookTube before work because I was super behind on my BookTube watching. Then I worked. Then when John got home, we made dinner, and then I needed to make dog treats because we were completely out and the dogs needed something until I could go to the grocery store today. So I made dog treats, and then it was the 3-hour season finale of Survivor. So that ended at 11, and so I was pretty tired. So I didn't do much reading, but I'm satisfied with the ending of Survivor, in case anybody is curious. I think that the best person that was in the final 3 won because this person played an amazing game and I think deserved to win. So I won't like spoil it, even though this probably won't go up for like at least a few more days. So anybody that watches Survivor probably already knows. But yeah, I am very satisfied with the ending. I mean, Tyson didn't win, which is a bummer, but the person that played the best game definitely won. So today, I just dropped John off at work. Now I have to go to our dealer service center thing to see if they can fix what is wrong with our car. I'm going to be there for like an hour and a half, they said, at least. So I have my 2 books with me. The only thing I'm trying to figure out is how to read with my glasses and a mask on. Because as anybody that wears glasses probably knows at the moment, your glasses fog up when you have a mask on. And it's really annoying. And I've seen like a thing that says like you can use like coat your glasses with like shaving cream, but I haven't tried it and maybe I should have. But worst case scenario is I don't read with my glasses on. Like I have like my vision's not horrible up close. Like I might get a little bit of a headache if I do it for too long, but I mean, like I read in the bath and I don't have my glasses on. So I think it'll be okay. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. So I have to do that. And then I'm going to like pick up some stuff at the grocery store. I have to pick up a prescription from my pharmacy, then go home and film a 5 on Friday because I didn't do a 5 on Friday last week. So I definitely need to do one this week. And I want to also film a tag video, I think. And then I also told John that I would make him cookies, but I don't know if my butter is going to be soft enough to make them this afternoon. It might have to wait till tonight. So that is my plan. Guys, I'm starting to think there's something wrong with me because apparently I'm just not liking very loved books at the moment. Like, I don't know what it is, but like I'm kind of struggling with The Silent Patient now. Like I'm interested in like what happened to Alicia. And I feel like this is focusing a lot on the personal life of Theo. Like, I don't really care, I guess. Like, I want to know more about the person who either is a victim or, like, is a victim and a murderer. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't really care about Theo's personal life or the fact that he just caught his wife, like, possibly cheating on him. And I don't know. I'm struggling with this one now too. Like, I don't know what's with me this month, like, or the past couple months. I DNF the Anne of the Island. I DNF Rebecca. Like, now I'm thinking about DNFing The Silent Patient. Like, it's been, like, I don't want to say it's been rough, because, like, overall the past, like, couple months I've had, like, I've done fantastic with reading. I don't know if I'm just, like, picking up books that I'm not really, like, interested in at the moment, and so I'm looking for excuses to not read them, or what. But, like, I'm sitting here struggling, and I just went to start another chapter, and this chapter is about Theo. Like, and I get that, like, it's hard to tell the story through Alicia because Alicia doesn't talk. But I don't know. There's been, like, journal entries of Alicia's that were really interesting. So, like, I don't know. I don't know why I can't get into this, but I really just don't care about Theo's personal life. Like, if it all related back to Alicia, like, and maybe it all does, I don't know, because I don't know a lot about this, because this has, like, the mystery element, so you're not supposed to. I don't know. I'm on page 95 right now. I think I'm going to just, like, try and read this until I have to go get John in about 2 hours and see how it goes. All right. So I just had a, like, good, quick little chat with my mom about this. So she's read The Silent Patient. Well, she listened to The Silent Patient. And she said she didn't love it. She gave it 3 stars. And then I realized that Books and Lala also only gave it 3 stars. So I don't feel as bad about not being, like, super captivated by it. But I also think I did some soul searching on the phone with my mom. I feel like if a book isn't captivating me, like, immediately right now, like, I'm not enjoying it. And I don't think it has anything to do with, like, the books, because I don't normally mind, like, a slow build up to the action. But I think, like, right now, I think my like cabin fever, like, stir crazy, whatever, is, like, really starting to, like, hit. Like, I know I, like, got to go out a little bit today, but, like, just being, like, at home most of the time, I think, is really starting to get to me. And so I need stuff that's, like, captivating my attention, like, instantly. So I don't know that I'm going to, like, DNF it, like, officially. I might just kind of slowly read The Silent Patient. But I think it's time to do some mood reading. I feel like I'm on the verge of going into a reading slump. Like, I'm, like, on the cusp, and if I don't do something, I'm going to just go into, like, a full-fledged reading slump and not want to read anything, and I don't want that to happen. So I need to just kind of read what I know I'm going to like. I have about an hour now until I have to go get John, so we'll see what happens in this next hour. Hey everyone, it's a lot bit later. It's like 9 o'clock. I wanted to check in with you guys. So I did read up to page 187 in The Silent Patient. And I feel like I literally went on this, like, rant about how it focused so much on Theo's personal life. And then, like, the next, like, almost 100 pages, you hear very little about Theo's personal life. So I'm feeling better about it. It's probably not going to be, like, my favorite thriller ever, just because I do think that so much of the beginning of the book focused on Theo's personal life, and I'd rather hear more about, like, him working with Alicia, investigating Alicia's life, which is kind of what we're doing now, is, like, he's been going, and I think Grizz wants to go out. He's been, like, visiting her brother-in-law and visiting, like, her family. And so I think we're, like, I'm enjoying that. I'm enjoying that a lot more than hearing about his marital problems. So I'm hoping that it kind of continues in this direction and I'll be able to finish it, because I read like 100 pages in like a little over an hour. So I think it's getting better. So it's 9 o'clock. I'm probably going to try and read I don't know, maybe another 50 pages or so. And then I do need to read Wrath as well because I have not read that. But I'm also really tired because I stayed up late watching Survivor last night. I'll try and update you guys before I go to bed, but it might not happen. In which case I'll wrap up the vlog tomorrow. We'll see how it goes. Hey everyone. So it is Friday. I just wanted to let you know what I ended up doing last night and wrap up this vlog. So I ended up finishing The Silent Patient last night. I ended up reading like 250 pages in this book yesterday. And I have so many like mixed thoughts on this. And I don't know like what to do, I guess. So as you know from yesterday, I wasn't loving all of the like personal details about Theo because I felt like it didn't like pertain to the story. And it was making me want to DNF it. But then I sat and read it and like I flew through it. But I'm really unhappy with the end. I mean, I guess like everything came together nicely is about all I can say about the ending. Like, it all came together nicely. I guess I just feel like the like main, I guess, trope for this thriller I've seen done better in other books. So I feel like it left me a little bit confused. I don't know if confused is the right word. Like just a little bit like, I guess. Like puzzled, like unsatisfied. Like I just feel like the way that the author chose to do this could have been done better. So I'm torn as to what to rate it because like I ended up reading most of it in one day, but there was a time when I wanted to DNF it and then I got to the end and I was like, well, that kind of sucks. I don't know. I don't know. Like I'm still trying, like it's been like almost 12 hours since I finished it and I'm still trying to like gather my thoughts on it because I'm just kind of like, I just think that other authors have done it better. Other books have done what this does better. So the other books that I got to this week, I finished Vanity Fair, which is awesome. Really happy about that. I finished Beach Read, loved this. And then I read You Are Not Alone and really enjoyed this. So these are the books that I finished this week. Let me know down below how your week went. Let me know if you've read The Silent Patient, like what your thoughts are on it, because I talked to my mom about it. She kind of feels the same way I do. And I was reading Goodreads reviews and I want to know if you have read this, what your thoughts are. And your thoughts on any of these other books if you've read them as well. So, thank you so much for watching. Until next time, happy reading. Bye.